Chastity Chanel. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I create lifestyle content centered around relationships, motherhood, and style. Today I want to give you tips on how to prepare for labor, but these aren't the typical tips around what to put in your hospital bag or what to put in the baby's diaper bag. Those are coming. These tips are about taking care of yourself and advocating for yourself. I am 25 weeks pregnant with my second son. Cannot wait to meet him. And so what's prompting this video is about a year ago, I learned that a lot of women are actually experiencing unnecessary complications or even death during labor and delivery. More specifically, Black women are 3 times more likely to die during labor and delivery, even when you control for things like social economic status. Whether you have the best insurance in the world or the worst, your chances are the same. In 60% of those instances or those cases, the death could have been avoided. Why is this the case? So really, I talked to my doctor about it and her claim was, we don't know. But I have a suspicion when we vocalize complaints or concerns, we're not always taken as seriously. Now, I don't want you to be alarmed, and I definitely don't want you to be fearful. When you look at the data, the number of women who are dying during labor and delivery is less than 1%. It actually might be less than 0.5%. So it's not very large. But if 60% of the time this could have been easily avoided, it's worth it. It's worth it to talk through how to prevent these kinds of situations from happening. So I want to discuss tips for all women. Doesn't matter your race, your ethnicity, your age, your social economic status. These will hopefully help you ensure that you're advocating for yourself. And the truth is, advocating starts way before you get into the labor and delivery ward. So let's jump into the tips. First, know your options. It is so important to look at your insurance plan, understand what resources are available to you. I actually had a ton of free classes that I had access to and I didn't even know it. If you don't have insurance, you cannot be denied thanks to the Affordable Care Act. I know it can be so expensive, but there are programs out there that are willing to help women, especially if your income might prevent you from getting really solid insurance. Also consider alternatives to hospitals. Maybe a birthing center is right for you. Maybe you want to have your baby at home. Do you want a midwife? Do you want a doula? Really think about what's going to be best for you. Next, research your provider. All right, just like restaurants and stores have reviews, doctors have reviews as well. So get online, see what people are saying about the doctor you're considering. You want to look for someone who is not only knowledgeable, but has great bedside manner, is known or has a reputation for being empathetic and understanding, because that means they'll be more likely to listen to you if you vocalize concern. If you find someone you like but you still have questions, maybe you see some things in the comments or in the reviews that are concerning, call the doctor's office and ask your questions. Next tip, you can always change your provider. You don't have to stick with the same doctor. So if you're not sure about the information they're giving you, if they're not making you comfortable for whatever reason, if you just aren't feeling them, you can change your doctor at any time. Next, you want to create your birth plan. A birth plan essentially just documents your preferences for your labor and delivery. They have lots of really cute templates out there. The one I used was primarily pictures. I gave it to all of the nurses and my doctors, and we were all on the same page. So things that are included are like, do you want a water birth? Do you want to be offered medication or not? Who do you want in the room? Do you want skin to skin after the baby is delivered? Now, keep in mind, rarely do things go the way we want them to go. Usually something changes or goes wrong. For example, I didn't want to be offered an epidural and I didn't want Pitocin. Pitocin is what induces you. But I ended up getting both of them. That wasn't my plan, but that's the way that things went. So sometimes interventions are needed so that you and your baby are safe, and that's okay. Be flexible, but make sure if your doctors or nurses are encouraging you to do something, make sure you understand exactly what it is and what the potential repercussions might be. Next, secure your support system. Have at least one person in the room who will advocate for you. I had my husband, my mother, my sister, and my god sister, who was also my doula. Now we're in the middle of COVID-19. I can only have one person in the room, and that'll be my husband. But I'm gonna talk to him about what I do and don't want, so that if I'm having a contraction and I can't speak or something happens, he will know what I want and he'll be able to speak on my behalf. And finally, speak up. If you're uncomfortable, if you're in pain, if you just don't feel right, speak up. I tend to be the kind of person that likes to just create harmony, and I don't like to complain, I don't like to stir the pot. But when it came to my labor and delivery, I had to speak up. I was really uncomfortable. The nurse was pushing on my stomach after I delivered, and I actually smacked her hand. I did not mean to. It was a natural reaction, okay? But I had to let her know that hurts, and I need us to pause for a minute. And also, why are we doing this? Again, I don't want you to be fearful, all right? The purpose of this video is for you to feel empowered. I just want to make sure you have resources in your toolkit to advocate for yourself during labor and delivery. If you're a first-time mom, or maybe you've done this 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10 times, I would love to hear from you in the comment section. Let me know what else you can do, I can do, we can do to advocate for ourselves as we prepare for labor. I'm so grateful that you watched. Until next time, peace.